You're listening to the Monday Night Community Show with Daniel on BRFM.
This is the Daniel Monday Night Community Show on demand through YouTube. Thank you very much for choosing to listen to us through this method. If you'd like to keep up to date with when I add new interviews, then subscribe to this channel.
Muddlarks Drama Group proudly presents Suddenly Autumn, a Prestin Mystery in 7 episodes. Episode 1. It is a few weeks since Mrs. Shirley Hames received a letter from Lily Black. Since then, Shirley and her dog, Prestin, have been staying with Miss Jean Maple. Meanwhile, somewhere on the south coast of England...
For goodness sake, Captain! Do not lose your nerve now. Everything is well. Fortunately, my accomplice, Boris, was able to cover up your incompetence. It is fortunate for you that you were not recognized. Be quiet and listen. The information you supplied was correct, and Boris has been able to acquire the merchandise. Do not take me as a fool, Captain. As long as you... How do you English put it? Yes. As long as you keep your head down, nothing will happen to spoil your new life. Your financial problems are not my concern. We have agreed a price, and you will be paid in full as soon as the merchandise has been verified as genuine. Do not ring me again. I will contact you by the radio at the agreed time. Do nothing foolish. I will have to terminate our arrangement permanently. Do you understand? Good.
Let me in quickly.
Well, Boris, were you successful?
Of course, Fraulein.
You are sure you were not seen?
Yes, the house was empty. Your informant was correct. Looked like there hadn't been anyone there for several weeks at least.
And you put the documents and the letter from the air captain in the safe without leaving any evidence?
Of course. I know what I am doing. That is why you hired me, is it not? I am invincible. I am the best.
Yes, indeed. But remember, it would go well for you if you kept quiet about your talents.
I do not understand why you don't take the documents to Berlin yourself, Fraulein. Surely you would be well paid.
Yes, but then I would not have the satisfaction of destroying the reputation of the interfering private detective and a vermin dog.
We won't be long, Jean. Is there anything you want me to get for you?
No, thanks, Shirley.
Preston, we'll get going in a minute. Hello, Inspector Lestrange.
Good morning, Mrs. Hale. Can I come in for a moment? Hello, Preston. He's looking well.
Yes, thank you. Jean's been looking after both of us.
Is it Shirley? Oh, hello, Inspector.
Preston and I were just on our way out. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to sound rude.
I wonder if I could speak with you, Mrs. Hale. I could come back later, it's more convenient, but I would appreciate if you could spare a few minutes now.
Of course. You don't mind, do you, Preston?
Would you like a cup of tea, Inspector?
Yes, thank you, Miss Maple.
Right, it won't take a moment. Come through to the kitchen.
I wonder if you wouldn't mind if I spoke to Mrs. Hames alone.
Of course not. Please go into the sitting room. I'll bring the tea through in a minute.
Could you give us about 20 minutes?
Yes, of course. Come on, Preston.
Well, Inspector, what's all this about?
We are still pursuing several lines of investigation about the kidnapping of your cousin, Miss Cora Bunkle.
I take it that there are no leads as yet. Both I and Martha have told you all we know, Inspector. And Cora hasn't been able to remember anything more about the day she was taken from Victoria Station.
I'm afraid that we haven't had any more luck either on that side of the inquiry.
I've always wondered if Madame Rosa and the sculptor, Monsieur Perchard, were connected to the kidnappers in some way. Have you been able to find out anything more about them?
No. All their documents were in order, and the French police have no criminal records for either of them. Madame Rosa was unable to give us a decent description of the man that came into her tent to supposedly have a tarot reading about an hour before you arrived.
You mean the man Martha and I saw?
Yes, it's quite likely that they were the same person. Have either you or your sister been able to remember any more details about his appearance? Even if you think it's not important, the smallest detail could be one of those things that gives us a lead. You did say you thought he looked familiar.
Yes, he did. But he turned out to be the man from the paper. You know, spot the face in the crowd. They were both wearing the same sort of heavy coat, and they were both wearing a hat. Once I'd identified the man as the one from the paper, I naturally assumed that they were the same.
I'm sorry to be so insistent, but can you describe the coat to me again, please, Mrs. Holmes?
You have found something out, haven't you?
Please, think carefully.
Oh, I'm sorry, Inspector. I just remember it as a heavy, dark-coloured coat.
Any particular style?
I suppose it looked a bit like a naval coat.